gentlemen, welcome back to the Front Row Access Podcast. I am your host, Steven Russo.
And I am Gavin.
Let's fucking get it. Alright, guys, so we have a pretty exciting weekend ahead of us this weekend. It's a pretty stacked weekend. We got WWE Bad Blood, WWE's newest PLE that they're going to be putting on. Obviously, whenever the WWE PLEs are going on, it's going to be excellent. It's going to be good, you know? So, who am I to deny that factor? But also, on the other side of TKO, guess what? There's a UFC pay-per-view at 10 p.m. that night. So, I'm going to be a very busy boy and having the ultimate first world problem of watching television all day.
And I have my homecoming game on Saturday.
Oh shit! Homecoming game. Who you facing?
What?
Who you facing? What school?
Worcester.
Worcester, Massachusetts. Alrighty, guys. So, this is Gavin's last year of college, actually. So, he's got his career path set right now, going to Japan and being an English teacher. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Indeed.
And meanwhile, your boy's just kind of here as a communications major, gonna probably minor in business, and maybe don't major in journalism. But, I think regardless, I'm gonna be alright. Go ahead and make sure you follow all of our socials. We are on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And fuck Facebook. We're not on that shit. Fuck that shit. And if you want to give us any suggestions, also if Pepsi, you want to give us a sponsorship, go ahead and email frontrowaccess15@gmail.com. Alright, let's get into WWE Bad Blood, huh? So this is gonna be exciting. This is one of those like B tier pay-per-views, but I hate calling them B tier because they're not. This is pretty damn stacked, wouldn't you say?
This is an A-tier card.
This is an A tier card. This is like a SummerSlam or a Survivor Series, guys. This is a big one. Of course, nothing amounts to WrestleMania because it's WrestleMania, but that's like an anomaly of its own. So,
Honestly, I would say with the exception of the War Games match, this is a better card than last year's Survivor Series.
yeah, probably. Probably. And let's see. So we got 5 matches on this card, and there's no major men's title on the line at the time of this recording. So that's a pretty big one. But both women's titles are on the line, which I like to see because I feel like they don't get enough like time to shine. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
But yeah, so let's see. So we got the matches right here. We got Nia Jax, our current defending WWE Women's Champion, facing up against Bayley for the second time. And we also have Damian Priest and Finn Balor going at it in a singles match. We have Liv Morgan putting her women's world title on the line against Rhea Ripley. We got Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, the most unlikely team, going up against the Temu Bloodline. And what were you saying?
You skipped a part about the Rhea and Liv match.
Oh yeah, Dominic Mysterio is hanging above the ring in a fucking shark cage. That's gonna be fucking hilarious. And then of course, the last match that was on the Bleacher Reports card was CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell match, which I think that should be the main event. I know you got the Cody and Roman team up there, and that's probably gonna main event, but I think for a pay-per-view called Bad Blood, you need to have Punk and McIntyre main event. So I'm gonna have my fingers crossed for that.
I mean, even if Cody wasn't the champion, even if Roman wasn't there, Cody would be main eventing this. It's in Atlanta.
Exactly. So, oh yeah, that's right. It is in Atlanta. I fucking forgot about that. But yeah, nah. So definitely, as much as I think that match should be the main event, it definitely won't be. Now that you brought up that point, I'm not even gonna say maybe anymore because it's not even a maybe anymore. It just is. Alrighty, so we're gonna go into Nia Jax and Bayley right now. So Bayley just won this number one contendership last Friday night on SmackDown against Naomi, and this was like a continuation of something that would happen 2 weeks prior, where Bayley and Naomi would be in a tag team match, and if they beat Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton, whoever gets the pin would get a title shot. Both Bayley and Naomi pinned Nia Jax at the same time, so that warranted the number one contenders match, which I thought that was the most creative way to set something up. I also feel like you wasted a tag team match to set up a number one contendership match.
It
Eh,
was entertaining though.
it was entertaining, especially like how creatively both Bailey and Naomi pinned Nia Jax. It was like perfect. Like they both were pinning
Yeah.
her. And but I gotta talk about Nia Jax real quick though. Nia Jax been doing actually excellent lately. If I'm being completely and totally honest with you, I mean, winning Queen of the Ring, becoming WWE Women's Champion at SummerSlam, beating Bailey, and overall her character work, her matches are even really good, and that team up with Tiffany Stratton is just to fucking die for. So, and Tiffany Stratton's got the Money in the Bank, but I gotta say, there's a little bit of a divide between Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax right now. A little bit of tension there with Tiffany Stratton being your Miss Money in the Bank. What do you think's gonna happen with this?
I believe in this match we will see Nia Jax retain her WWE Women's
I
Championship,
agree.
and then it'll be Tiffy time.
It'll be Tiffy time. She gonna cash in that pretty pink briefcase and become women's
It,
champion.
it's honestly it's becoming too obvious. I mean,
Yeah, at this
they're
point.
they're just Nia Jax is basically like it's got to run in that family's blood because she's starting to become a little tribal chiefy Roman.
A little tribal chief Romy, yeah, that power dynamic must really, really run in that family. Deeply rooted. Even the final boss, he was the same way. So I mean, um, so yeah, I'm definitely taking Nia Jax to beat Bailey here. I mean, I love Bailey to death, but she had her time. She isn't gonna retain here. She isn't gonna regain, should I say? Nia Jax will retain, but I am expecting a Tiffany Stratton cash in, and I think it's going to be absolutely excellent. All right, moving on to Damian Priest and Finn Balor, which I think is the forgotten match of this card. Like, it's the one that hasn't gotten the most screen time, the most attention, at least in my opinion, which I fucking hate. Guys, if there's one thing you gotta know about me is I absolutely fucking love Finn Balor. So, the fact that he has a match against Damian Priest and the fact that he hasn't really been treated as this ultimate menace to society kinda has a it's breaking my
He
heart a
hasn't
little
even
bit.
been on TV.
He hasn't even been on TV. I'm like, how are you gonna build? I thought when the double cross happened at SummerSlam, when he put Damian Priest's foot on the rope, I thought that was it. That was the start. Fucking main event Balor going to the top, hopefully making a case to get back to the World Heavyweight Championship picture, but it just hasn't been that lately, and it makes me fucking sad. I mean, lately the Judgment Day's been doing a little bit better. Finn Balor's been doing a little bit more devious things. I mean, taking out Rey Mysterio a couple of weeks back, and then of course absolutely executing Damian Priest this past Monday. So that was definitely a big step in the right direction. But at the same time, man, I'm like, what the fuck, Balor? It took WWE 2 months to finally start kind of getting you into that kind of a state, and that's the bad part about this whole match right here. I just don't like. I think the like Finn Balor hasn't Finn Balor and Damian Priest hasn't really been televised all that much. Granted, Finn Balor's been out for most of it, but I don't know. It just seems a little unfair. But I mean, Damian and Rhea Ripley, they're doing really well. Terror Twins reunited, so I mean that's excellent. But it's mostly like it's less of a dynamic between Damian Priest and Finn Balor, and more of a dynamic of the Terror Twins versus the Judgment Day, and this is just a side effect of it. I think this is actually should be like a bad blood, no pun intended, but pun intended, bad blood feud between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. But it seems like they're just overshadowed by their respective factions or tag teams, and it's just making me a little upset. But if there's one thing that I think is true here, is if Damian Priest gets one over on Finn Balor, that's it. It's done. Like there's not gonna like this feud is dead in the water. Like it's like belly up. So I'm gonna have to say, if you want to legitimize this new Judgment Day and continue this feud into something like Survivor Series, like a bigger stage, then you're gonna have Finn Balor win this, and I think Finn Balor is gonna somehow find a way to win this with some Judgment Day help.
See, I think this is all dependent on who intervenes because let's Finn does not in a million years beat Damian Priest clean.
No,
So
absolutely
I
not.
mean, it all depends on who intervenes. Does Carlito and JD come out to help Finn? Does Jey Uso come out to help Damian Priest? We don't know.
So yeah, it is going to come down to
That's
that.
the toughest part to judge. So it all really depends. If it's clean, I want to say it's Priest. If it's not clean, I want to say it's Balor.
So what's the final prediction? Who you leaning more towards, Balor or Priest?
Knowing how the Judgment Day operates, I am leaning more towards a dirty finish, which would lead me to believe it would be Balor winning.
Finn Balor winning that one. So far, so good. Looks like we're both on the same page on this one. And this next one, I got a little bit of a dynamic for this. So next one in line, according to the Bleacher Report, is Liv Morgan, your women's world champion, versus Rhea Ripley. So Liv has been an absolute dastardly heel lately. You know, straight home wrecking, man stealing, title snatching, cheating, absolute heel to the max, and I fucking love it. Alright, she's playing this new character very well, and I think this is honestly probably the best run of Liv Morgan's career to this point. Her aligning herself with the Judgment Day, getting in this feud with Rhea Ripley, I think is just doing her a whole lot of service and making her career just that much better. Because let's face it, guys, Rhea Ripley doesn't really need this feud as much as Liv Morgan does. Rhea Ripley, she's a star in her own right. She could move on from Judgment Day tomorrow, be fine, still have excellent storylines, still be a draw to everybody. But Liv Morgan definitely needs this a little bit more so. And let's talk about Dominic Mysterio being up in that shark cage, though, hoisted above the ring. That's going to be hilarious. But I just think that's going to give way to more shenanigans to happen. So, and just like the Damian Priest and Finn Balor feud, I believe that once Rhea regains this women's title from Liv Morgan, which she will eventually do, that's when this feud's gonna end. And so I just don't think they're gonna want to end it right here at Bad Blood, seeming as this is also just a singles match. That's not really like a rivalry ending like stipulation. It's just a singles match. So if because it's just a singles match, I gotta say Liv Morgan's gonna get one over on Rhea Ripley again. But I don't think it's going to be through Judgment Day help. I think a returning Raquel Rodriguez might actually help out, seeming as she was just with Liv with the tag team, and she's had her problems with Rhea Ripley in the past. So I'm thinking a little speculation. Got my little tinfoil hat on. It's not very likely, but I think a little Raquel Rodriguez interference might actually help extend this feud forward and give it more legs. Gavin, what you thinking?
One moment.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, guys.
I am trying to. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure about Raquel Rodriguez for one particular reason why she is as scarce as she is. It's because she has mast cell activation syndrome. She got diagnosed with it in January, and that's some kind of I don't know exactly what that does, but it is something that has been prohibiting her from returning.
Hmm. So
But
yeah, yeah. That might throw a wrench in everything.
yeah. So as far as the match goes, I honestly think the opposite. I think that if Liv wins again, that the feud will begin to go stale for the sole reason that Liv has been getting one over on Rhea over and over. So if you do want to legitimize this, I think you get the title back onto Rhea. I even if you don't get the title back onto Rhea, if Rhea wins by like disqualification or something, still need a way to give Rhea the win.
Hmm.
But I think the title will go back to Rhea, and then it'll turn into a situation going into Survivor Series with like a rubber match or something where we see the full match with stipulation there.
The full end to the whole thing. Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
That could very much happen. But I'm gonna stick with what I thought. So we'll just have to see how it plays out come Saturday night. By the way, guys, this one starts at 6 p.m., not 8 p.m. So make sure you plan for it.
Well, shit. What time is my game?
I think your game might be at. My hunch is telling me 7:30.
Mance has never seen a college football game.
Nope. Been in college for 2.5 years now. Haven't. seen one football game. I was at community college for
Well,
most of it.
your CCRI doesn't have.
Yeah.
Uh,
We have a baseball team and a soccer team. No football team though. I'm at URI now. I'm thinking of going to at least one game.
let's see. All right, you can go ahead with the.
Alrighty-o. So, also guys, I want to talk about Jey Uso for a second. He finally fucking won a belt. So, that was amazing. And there's also some news that we forgot to break off the top. Mr. Braun Strowman got injured in the last Giant standing match, the last Monster standing match against Bronson Reed. That excellent match that happened this past Monday. Did he tear his groin, Gavin? Is that what you told me?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yep. So he tore his groin. He's probably going to be out for, what was it, 12 weeks?
4 to 12 weeks.
4 to 12 weeks. Alright. So, yeah, my boy's going to be gone for a little while, and we just got him back. Very sad. But, injuries are a part of this game, bro. It's part of professional wrestling as it is MMA. So,
My game's at fucking 4.
so that means, so your game's usually what, like 2.5 hours, 3 hours?
3 to 4.
Eesh. Yeah, so you're probably going to be starting a little bit late, huh?
Or just straight up watching the replay.
Yeah, that's probably what it's gonna end up being. Don't worry, I won't text any spoilers in the WWE channel on the Discord. Don't worry. But anyway, next one up on this list here, the unlikely team of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus the new Timu Bloodline headed by Solo Sikoa. So plus Jacob Fatu and the Tongan twins. So I gotta say, this team up was completely out of left field, but with Roman and Cody Rhodes both being baby faces right now, it was kind of only a matter of time until this happens. Like an enemy of my enemy is my friend type deal. And that was very much the dynamic that they had. If you watched the SmackDown, what was it, 2 weeks ago now? That promo that they had at the Georgia Tech Stadium, that was absolutely pure cinema. And
Oh, it's great.
it was one of the best segments that I think I've ever seen in like the history of my time watching WWE. I've been watching WWE since 2009, guys. So I've been watching for a while, and I don't think I've ever seen something like that before. Such a very intriguing like segment that's just going to stay in your memory forever. Like the last time that I had something like that happen was, well, besides the build up to WrestleMania 40, because that was just legendary. But besides like that, like prior to that like stadium segment, I think the last one that like really just burned like a hole into my brain and like burned like a permanent memory in there was the contract signing right before Money in the Bank 2011 when CM Punk beat John Cena. So this goes to show the amplitude that this lovely little segment had, and it was all about like, look, we ain't friends, but we got someone to take out. So I just need you to tell me that you got my back, said Cody Rhodes to Roman Reigns, to which Roman Reigns said yes. I'm paraphrasing. That's not exactly what happened. And then, of course, Roman Reigns ending with probably the coldest line ever. You're in my way in life. So, I gotta say, this is excellent. I love this team up. But I think, Roman's new character is definitely a little bit different than his previous one. He seems a little bit more, still has that Roman delusion that he's the best and doesn't need anybody, but I think he's starting to now become a little bit more self-aware, maybe even a little bit desperate, seeming as he's reaching an olive branch out to Cody Rhodes to help him. Like even in that segment, he was like, when Cody was like talking to him, saying that WWE's moved on from him and whatnot, he was like, "What do you want?" When does Roman make himself of service? You know what I'm saying? You got a confused look on your face. What's going on?
I was nodding in agreement.
Yeah. So like, when does Roman Reigns ever say, "What do you want?" and being of service to somebody, let alone somebody that he's had 2 matches with and an insane, like, career-defining feud with in Cody Rhodes. So it definitely shows Roman's desperate. He knows he's alone, but there's still that little Roman delusion that he can still do it on his own because he's still hell bent on getting his belt back. But Um, it's actually kind of crazy the direction that Roman's character's going in. It's not like an immediate turn from the Tribal Chief heel Roman Reigns to now this OTC babyface Roman Reigns. So he didn't just go from bad to good. There's a little bit of like a transition going on here, and I believe like this is a step towards a further transition that'll get Roman a bigger babyface than he already is right now. And I think the big thing is here: can Cody and Roman work together as a team, or is there going to be too much tension? What you think? What are your thoughts there?
I think they'll be able to work for a team as a team, if only for one night. There will most likely be those moments in the match. You know what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be those moments where there's a little bit of intensity. I mean, these are both two like I guess dominant characters, top of the food chain, fighting for control over the WWE. So I mean, these two are forever going to be button heads, and their careers are going to forever be intertwined with each other. But you know what this is giving me some reminders of? This is giving me some reminders of when John Cena chose The Rock as his tag team partner at Survivor Series 2011, when Miz and R-Truth were just that much of a fucking threat to the point that they had to make this super team between John Cena and not Roman Reigns, The Rock. So yeah, it was actually pretty insane to see that happen, and like the whole selling point of Survivor Series 2011 was like never before, never again. I got the same kind of vibe with this Cody and Roman thing going on, and I ain't complaining about it. I fucking love it, and yeah, right here, man. I gotta say, I don't think you're gonna make Cody lose in his hometown, and I don't think you're gonna make Roman Reigns lose his first match back since returning. So I'm taking Cody and Roman to beat the Timu Bloodline here.
Yeah, if there's a winner, I definitely think it's gonna be Cody Roman. But I honestly don't even think there will be a winner.
Things gonna be some
Bad
shenanigans.
there. This is. I think the last actual match is going to be the Hell in the Cell match. This match is going to be complete with nothing but chaos. I think. I mean,
Which one?
think about it. You have Cody and Roman. The knockoff bloodline has the Tongans. Then there is also still the vast possibility of everything else happening. You have the possibility of Hikuleo. You have the possibility of Zilla Fatu. You have the possibility of a Jimmy Uso return. Uh, Hell, shit. What if Jey Uso shows up with the IC title? Who knows? Anything could happen in this match. As usual, you have a match with the new bloodline where the possibilities are endless. I mean, the bloodline in general, the possibilities were endless with WrestleMania 40. But just nowadays, anytime you see the bloodline, absolutely anything can happen. And a match of this profile with the new bloodline versus Code, the seriously, anything could happen in this match.
It's true, and plus that family just forever fucking breeds, and it goes on and on and on. So there's never gonna not be a new member of the bloodline for either side, whether siding with Roman or Solo Sikoa. So you're right, anything can happen here, and looks like you're saying the same as me here. Cody and Roman gonna do this shit. They're gonna win.
Yeah, if somebody wins, it'll be those two.
If somebody wins, it's gonna be them too. So yeah, definitely, 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 definitely. But I am super excited to see that, and I'm also excited to see where Cody and Roman go from here. Is the WrestleMania 41 main event Cody Roman 3? It could be. They're 1-1. And there's clearly still some underlying issues here. So, I know there's The Rock and Roman Reigns. That makes a lot of sense. Cody and Randy's getting thrown around a little bit. Cody and The
That's another
Rock's
person who could possibly show up.
Kevin
The
Owens
Rock
as
did
well.
say The Rock did say he would be back for Cody after SummerSlam.
And I can
This is
guarantee
a
you.
very big possibility here.
And I can guarantee you that Mr. Final Boss isn't going to like the fact that Roman Reigns teamed up with Cody Rhodes. So
Oh, certainly not.
it could go in any direction. I mean, people are saying it's going to be Cody and The Rock. There's Cody and Randy thrown. There's Roman and Rock getting thrown around. There's Roman Cody getting thrown around. We really just don't know where this whole upper echelon of WWE superstars is going to go. But to me right now, I think it's going to be an excellent match. It's going to be a great match. Usually always is. You got Cody and Roman Reigns in the same fucking match with each other. So, I mean, it's going to be a good one. And, it's a possibility of the final boss coming back and many more. So, definitely excited for this one. And we taking Cody and Roman to win here against this new bloodline. And possibly a new angle leading into Survivor Series and maybe even WrestleMania to come out of this match. But
This will 100% spawn the beginnings of a War Games match.
if not, like, yeah, at least a War Games match at most. Definitely a WrestleMania type thing, but that's not till April next year. We ain't worried about that right now. We worry about this. Yeah, I think it's gonna be great. Super excited. I could talk about this match all fucking day. I can speculate all day in Dream Book as much as I want, but there's still one more match that also needs to be talked about and needs to be given a whole lot of attention, seeming as this is about a year in the making, this fucking feud
Oh,
between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, which has been nothing short of fucking entertainment. CM Punk obviously returned back to the WWE last November to the shock of everybody. I was at Gavin's house. I fucking damn near fell out of my chair as soon as CM Punk's music hit. So
I didn't fall out of my chair. I stood up.
I damn near fell up out of my chair. And yeah, so Drew McIntyre clearly had problems with CM Punk at the Royal Rumble. He had problems with. I mean, that's how it kind of started. CM Punk entered in, what was he, number 30 in the match?
Punk was, I believe.
You were there,
Yeah, that's why I think he was either 27 or 28. I think he was 27.
but he was definitely towards the end. And then obviously you
Oh,
guys,
100. Yeah, towards the end.
and you guys definitely know the story. I mean, the Future Shock DDT, the toward the tricep, and then of course the whole uh screwing Drew out of the title at WrestleMania thing. That was hilarious to watch. Screwing Drew out of the title at Clash at the Castle. And, that's the fun part about this feud. Is like, there's obviously the formula for WWE feuds. There's got to be one heel, there's got to be one babyface. The heel's got to be evil, babyface got to be the force for good. And it works. Always ends up being classic WWE style. But this feud is just a blood feud, man. There's no clear babyface. There's no clear heel. They're both fucking with each other. And they just fucking hate each other. And they're both petty sons of bitches, too. So, that's the best part. And obviously, they had their match at SummerSlam, where Drew McIntyre won. Then you had the match at Bash in Berlin. CM Punk won. They're 1-1. Going into this Hell in a Cell match, which is excellent. And this Triple H brought back that old Hell in a Cell from the early 2000s, which is sick. Not that stupid red one. So,
Yeah, the good looking cell.
They brought back the good looking cell, not that stupid spray painted red one that Cody Rhodes fought with a torn pec in. So, I think this should main event on every cylinder, but it's just not gonna, guys. But it's been the greatest feud this year, though. Wouldn't you say? It's been the most entertaining thing ever.
Oh, for sure.
It's been week after week, Monday Night Raw, the thing you're looking forward to since fucking January, February, was the clash of words or just straight combat between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre has been nothing short of entertainment. And this is definitely where this feud's going to end. 100%. You're giving them a Hell in a Cell. It's a trilogy fight. So, let's get it done, man. I'm saying, like, this is going to be a fucking excellent match. They're going to go for like 35, 40 minutes, I'm pretty sure. So, they're gonna make some fucking candy out of this one. I'm gonna love it. And yeah, it's just a classic blood feud, man. But as far as predictions concerned, I'm fine with either guy winning this feud. But I'm gonna say CM Punk gonna get one over on Drew McIntyre. Finally put this to bed, and then because not only just because I have a little bit of a bias, I'm a big CM Punk fan, But at the same time, Drew McIntyre has gotten this new character, this new version of himself through big losses like this one. And if you want to just keep like those big losses at WrestleMania and the one against CM Punk and all that, he has made a career out of getting screwed and losing. So, and he's made an excellent character out of it. So that is why I believe CM Punk's gonna walk away with a dub, and with that, this entire feud.
Yeah, I mean, in in a feud that is just so white hot that you don't even need both guys to show up on Monday for it to still be the highlight of a Monday night, the match is just going to be that good. I mean, this is a Hell in a Cell match where I can see them breaking out of the cell, fighting on top of the cell, the whole 9 yards.
Throwing each other off the cell.
It, maybe the pinfall happens on top of the cell because I'm 99% sure that's happened before. I'm 99% sure it's a possibility for the pinfall to happen on top of the cell.
I can't recall a time that I saw the pinfall happen on the roof of the cell. Every single time there's been a pin I've in a Hell in a Cell match that I've watched, it's happened in the ring. But I'm unclear the rule set as far as rooftop pins are concerned. So I haven't seen it happen, but I could be wrong. But regardless, though, this is gonna be an excellent match, and yeah, I'm taking CM Punk. Oh, who you got?
I also have Hell in the Cell. I said that about the pin on the top because I saw something about it the other day online somewhere. I just don't know when it happened,
But who you
and I
taking for
can't
this match,
find
though?
anything about it. I may be mistaken.
Yeah, we'll see. I think we'll see what happens, and I think the pin's gonna happen in the ring, but I think they're gonna use every aspect of the cell. They're gonna break the cell a little bit. There's gonna be tables. There's gonna be chairs. There might be a ladder. For God, no, for fuck's sake,
100%.
there could be a ladder. Like, yeah, it's gonna be brutal. And with both men saying that they're willing to die in there, I'm like, to war.
Whoever loses is going to be off TV for a while, which is another reason why I think Punk is going to win because Punk pretty much just came back.
Yeah.
You don't really want to for 2-3 months when he just got back, so I think it's more likely for Drew to lose and be gone for a couple of months himself.
Yeah, and take a much needed break. He's been working like a fucking mad horse lately. So yeah, definitely taking CM Punk for this one. Drew McIntyre gonna get a nice little vacation out of that, and that's the card, guys. I mean, I'm super excited for it. It's very short. We just went over the matches. It's a little late too, so we kind of had to accelerate this shit a little bit. But yeah, no, I don't got nothing else. Do you got anything else, Gavin?
Bad.
Alrighty, y'all. So stay tuned. Get ready for WWE Bad Blood coming out Saturday, 6 p.m. on the East Coast. I'm not going to tell the other time zones. Figure it out yourself. And also, guys, stay tuned for the UFC 307 podcast that will be coming. I'm going to be filming it. Hopefully tomorrow, uploading it Friday. It's not going to get much circulation, but I'm definitely going to get the 307 podcast out there too. So thank you guys for tuning in, and fuck it, man. Let's see WWE Bad Blood go down. Later, Gators.